What's up, all you peak signing agents? It's me, DVO, Derek Van Otten, and we're coming back to you with another episode. I want to rewind a little bit, go back to episode 24, starting a signing service, where I talked about how me, as someone who just recently started a signing service about a year ago, kind of tips that I would give you. I want to capitalize on a little bit more because, again, people talking to me, telling me that they are starting their signing service. So I thought, let me talk to you guys about the transition, because your clients know you as a mobile notary, right? That's how they know you. How do you transition from the title of I'm the mobile notary for you, I'm your number one notary client, and now I'm a signing service? So I thought, let me talk to you about that. How did I transition from being the mobile notary to being a signing service with my clients? I'm not saying what I did is the right way to do it. I'm just saying this is what I did. You can take these notes and hopefully incorporate it for you. Now, I started my signing service late summer, early fall of 2021, but I told all of my clients December 2021. So how did that transition work? Now, again, some things that I would say that if I were to start over, a couple key things that I would do is use a platform right away. Now, again, starting brand new, I was trying to save costs as where I could. I want to save as much money as I can. So I used basically Signing Agent. So if you have taken the NNA course to become a signing agent, then you are on signingagent.com. Signingagent.com is not a platform. It's nothing. It's a directory. That's actually what it is. It's a directory of people who have completed the NNA course within the last year. That's what it is. So, and it's free to use, by the way. So I would get on signingagent.com and look for notaries. But what I came across was, let's just say I had a 9 a.m. and a 10 a.m., right? Back-to-back signings that I personally am doing. And during that time, I get one of my clients messaging me saying, we need a notary in Tennessee. And here I am, I'm in the middle of my 9 o'clock signing. I have to get out, run to my 10 o'clock, do my 10 o'clock. But my client is waiting, right? They're waiting for a message or a reply to me saying, okay, great, I'll work on that for you. Or yes, I have something booked. They need a response from me. And it could be a last minute signing. Well, anyway, it would get stressful. It would get very, very stressful. So just using signingagent.com to find a notary, it was great. But what I found out I was doing, I was just calling so many people trying to get something covered. When I finally said, okay, there's got to be an easier way. I got to fork up the money to get on a platform, whether it's Signing Order, Notary Dash, SnapDocs, Signature Closers, whatever it is. If you want to get on a platform, I recommend it sooner than later. Once I did that, once I forked out the money to do that, it became so much easier and faster to find notaries. Because remember, notaries signed up on these platforms. They signed up on all these platforms. They're familiar with getting notifications from them. But what I was doing is I was getting on signingagent.com and I was just calling or texting people, notaries, and they have no idea who I am, right? So they would ignore my calls most of the time. But if they've signed up on a platform, they're familiar with getting the messages. So it's nothing unusual to signing agents. So I would recommend doing that. And as soon as you can, when you start getting busy, get a scheduler. It also, again, gets very stressful when you're starting off. You're still the mobile notary. You're still running and doing signings. And then you have to find a notary and answer calls. And it gets stressful. Even if you hire somebody part-time, do it sooner than later. There's nothing you want to do like starting off your new signing service and then have so many errors, so many mistakes, so many delays that your clients stop using you as the signing service. Okay? You don't want that to happen. You don't want to get started right away, or you don't want to get started and then right away come up with the hiccups and errors and then you don't get used, all right? That's what you don't want. So, sooner than earlier, sooner than later, get on a platform and get a scheduler. It will help. All right, now, how do you do the transition? A couple ways to do it. I'll tell you the 2 ways that I did it. So, when I was kind of saying, okay, I'm going to start doing that, I'm going to become a signing service now, when my clients would reach out to me and say, hey, Derek, we have a 10 a.m. on Friday for you. And let's just say I already have a 10 a.m. booked. So I would kind of do my normal, okay, I'm not available at 10 o'clock, but I can probably be there at 11. Will 11 work for them? Or 9 o'clock as just an example. I can do before or after. Do you know if they're flexible, do it 9 or 11? And maybe they are, maybe they aren't. But one thing I would do as I'm rolling out my signing service is when if they weren't flexible, I say, okay, well, I can't do that then, but I know someone who can. So I would build my network of notaries around me, which I recommend you do. Build a network of notaries around you because, not obviously, but for the most of you listening, your clients are near you. They're in a proximity of you. So, I don't have a lot of clients outside of my area. I have a couple, but not many. Okay, most of my clients are near me. So, build a network. Go to networking events of notaries. There might be like a local notary Facebook group or something like that that's near you, or maybe there's a lot of people plugged into. There's a ton out there. Okay, there's a ton out there. Ask, hey, who's in my area? Who's in this area? Find out who's in your area. There might be, again, some state specific ones. Hey, go there. This is your time to network now. Now is the time to network. If you plan on starting a signing service sometime, now is the time to start networking. Okay? Start communicating with them. Start getting to know some of the ones in your area. Find ones that you really would want to use as part of your team, as part of your signing service. So when one of your clients says, do you have a notary in this area? You can say, yes, I do. I have a network of notaries. So that's one thing you can do. One thing that I did as I transitioned was some of the clients that I had that kept me pretty busy, when they would say, hey, Derek, I have a signing at this time or in this area, can you do it? And I could not. My response was, okay, I can't do it, but I have a couple people that I recommend. Will that work for you? Do you want me to get them for you? And a lot of times they would, yeah, that'd be great. Thanks so much. That'd be very helpful if you could do that. And that's what I did. So I said, sure, no problem. I'll do that for you. Then the questions came around of, okay, how do we get the paperwork to those notaries? Who do we contact? Who do we pay? All of that. And then I just said, hey, do everything as usual. The only difference is I won't be the one doing the signing. So do everything as usual. Send me the contact information for the borrowers or the signers. Send me the contact information. Send me the paperwork. Send me the PDF, the documents. Send all of that to me. Don't worry, it's safe. I use a platform that's encrypted, so it's safe for everyone involved, that I will upload to the portal. The notary will go in, download it. It's all safe and secure. So that's another reason why I recommend you get on a platform. It just shows your clients that their clients are your clients and their safety, their security is important to you as the signing service. It lets them know that. So that's one thing. That's how I started. It was my clients that I do a lot of business with those clients. It was an easy transition to say, okay, I'm sorry, I can't do it. However, I do have a couple people in the area that I can recommend. Do everything the same. Send me the contact, send me the address, send me the documents. I will get those over to the notary. And that's how it worked. The only thing I had to kind of train them to do, because I was the one that would drop off documents. So I would go do signings, let's just say after hours. I would do like a 5 or 6 or 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. And I would go to my clients the next morning and drop off documents. That way I was saving them money on the FedEx UPS shipping. I was saving them money. That was kind of a thing that I did. Well, I had to kind of train them. Oh, hey, do you mind? Okay, great. I got a notary lineup for you. Do you have a FedEx label? Do you have a UPS label? So I had to kind of train them again, because remember, they were using a signing service before me. Right? These companies that are my clients today, they've been around years before I even started becoming a signing service or a notary, I assume. They've been around for years. I was just the person that they felt like, hey, Derek's the best notary. And now I was telling them, hey, that same service that I was providing to you as a notary, as a mobile notary, as a signing agent, I am now taking that same expertise. I'm taking those same values, those same principles of service that I provided to you. I'm now doing that nationally. or I was letting them know. So anyway, that was my transition. That was my transition to say, okay, hey, I'm not just your mobile notary anymore. Now I am your signing service. Started off small. Hey, I can't accommodate this in the area, but I have someone that I recommend that can do it. They're not as good as me, but they're the next best. Okay, that's kind of the reassurance I was giving them. That's how I kind of transitioned with my clients that kept me busier, because I just couldn't keep up with the demand. And then I kind of roll it out a little bit more like, hey, by the way, and now I did this locally first. Okay, I'm just telling you again what I did. I did this locally first. Hey, I'm sorry, I can't do that for you, but I can get somebody. Or they would ask me, hey, can you go here? I'm like, that's a little out of my area. I really don't go that far. I don't really go that distance, but I know some people out in that area. If you want, I can get them for you. I can get this all taken care of for you. And then again, I just over communicated. All right, great. I just talked to that notary that I told you about. They're good to go. They're available. You're good. I just let them know I got it covered. And then when it was done, I'm like, hey, notary, hey, signing agent, let me know as soon as you're done. And that's exactly what they did. Hey, all right. Once they let me know, hey, client, just let you know, the notary that we hired up in this area or down in this area, they got it covered. They're good. They're on their way to FedEx or UPS. You'll see it the next day or see it the day after, depending on the time. And I just over communicate with them so that they didn't feel like Derek's gone. Derek's out of the picture. It was just it was a transition, but letting them know, hey, you know what? I'm not doing the signing, but you're still getting everything. You're still you're still being told when it's scheduled, when it's completed, when you're going to see the documents, anything that arose. They wired the money. They're wiring it tomorrow. I collected a cashier's check. They are just still in the loop. It's still me talking to them. Anyway, that's how I did the transition. And then it just kind of it started locally, like I said, and then it just slowly was transitioning. It was a slow process. I wasn't trying to jam it down my client's throat like, hey, I'm a signing service now. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Because obviously being local and then going national is it's a different animal. I'll tell you right now, it's a different animal. And I just didn't want to kind of dump all of that on my clients at once. So it was a slow transition with some of my clients that kept me busier. And then I rolled it out to all of my clients December 2021. So what was happening in December 2021? Holiday season. It was the holiday season. It was a good reason for me to go in, bring like some goodies, some treats and things like that around December time and just say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Client, I really appreciate this past year. Happy holidays. I appreciate our partnership. It means a lot to me. And I've got great news for you. The same experience you're getting with me here locally, I can provide that to you nationally. You let me know you need someone in another state, and I give them examples. You need somebody in this state, this state. I kind of talked about neighboring states. It just seems to happen more often that people are more in neighboring states. But I just said, if you need someone in this area, let me know. I can get it covered. And they said, really? How do you do that? And I just said, I have a network of notaries that I work with. And that's how I said it. I have a network of notaries, right? The platform that I use is all notaries, right? We're a network. We all work with each other. I, as a signing agent, as a mobile notary, would also be on platforms and provide work, right? Do signings. That's what's happening. I am now just a different role. Instead of me doing the signing, I am scheduling the signing. And I'm still engaged. Hey, you're going to know everything still. You're going to know when it's scheduled. You're going to know when it's completed. You're going to know any notes. You are in the loop. It's just like I'm doing it. I'm still communicating with you. You're just not going to, when you get the documents back, you're just not going to see my name on it anymore. But it's just going to be like I did it. Now, again, obviously, if you've been listening to the podcast, errors happen, mistakes happen, and it's something that we have to deal with as business owners, as signing service owners. But that is what I did. That's how I rolled it out. Now, at the time of this recording, at the time of this release, it is the end of the year again. And it is that time of year where you can go out there and you can start transitioning to that. It's a good reason to go out there. And also, last December when I was out there delivering these grateful baskets for the holidays, I also had my scheduler along with me, and I was introducing them. Hey, this is my scheduler. She's going to be the one that will maybe answer a lot of your emails as well. So, because I'll still be doing signings for you. I let them know I'm still doing signings for you. I can't get to all my emails, right? I can't be driving into another county and doing the signing for you and booking somebody in another state. So that's why here's my scheduler. I want to introduce you. You're going to see their, you'll see their name. And I had another, this is when I also created a new email address. You're going to have another email address responding. Sometimes just know I'm in the loop, right? I'm including all the emails. I am still here by you. This is just an extension of my service. My service is not only just as your favorite go-to notary, we are national because your clients are on vacation. They have emergencies in other states. They live in other states, right? I am here to accommodate you and your clients now nationally. And that was my transition process. That's what I did. And it worked out for my clients, And you have to still remind them because they're using a signing service already. Either they Googled one or whatever, they're still using a signing service. They might not be that happy with the signing service they're using. Who knows? So it was a constant reminder. I would maybe go do a couple jobs, bring documents over, like, oh, Derek, again, thank you so much. You're the best. And I would always say, it's my pleasure. I'm happy to be in business with you. I'm happy to be partners with you. And just as a reminder, I'm national. You need help finding a notary in California, North Carolina, Florida. Message me, send it to me again. We'll get it covered. We have an encryption software that is going to be safe and secure. Don't you worry about it. And I still have to remind them. They would forget, right? Because it was just one time. I came in during the holidays. And so I'm telling you, it's the end of the year. Now's a good time to do that transition. But find any reason to come in and show the gratitude you have with your clients. It could be Valentine's Day. Hey, I'm just coming by. It's Valentine's Day. Brought you guys some Valentine's cookies. I appreciate you guys. And as a reminder, or in case you didn't know, I'm now national. I hope you find a notary anywhere in the country. Now, sometimes my clients would ask things like, anywhere? And what's the fee like? I told them, hey, my fee is going to be the same. It's going to be the same. Now, there might be some circumstances that warrant a different fee, and I'll let you know before that. Sometimes rural areas get very difficult. We might have to pay someone extra because they have to drive further distance. There's parts of the country that might be a little on the bougie end and they might want a little bit more extra money. I'll let you know as those come up. But for the most part, my fees will be the same. And they were just like, this is so awesome. I'm so happy to use you. Now, also, know this too. When you're the mobile notary for your clients, it's easy for them to not always use you as their number one. It's easy for them to just use another notary that they have. Most companies have multiple notaries that they use. What's nice about being a signing service is you're the all-in-one. They now come to me. My clients come to me now for everything. There was a client that I was probably, I came into the picture, I was maybe number 4, number 5 on their list. And again, I was on the higher end when it came to price. They had notaries that they were using years before me, cheaper than me. But once I rolled out hey, I'm a signing service. I know you have clients in other states sometimes. I will be your go-to. I know you have people in rural areas that you have a hard time getting to, even in our state. But I have made networks and I have made a network and connections with notaries all around us. So even in those rural areas, I have made connections. And I will help you get that covered. And now, not only did I move from the number 4 slot, not only did I move to the number 1 slot, but now I do everything they need for notarizations. All right, I took over. Because again, they had 3 or 4 other notaries before me. They were using another signing service. I have no idea who it was. I don't bash other companies. I don't bash any notaries. I don't do that. That's not the way I do things. I don't think you have to be that type of a person where you have to bash other notaries, you have to bash other signing services. I don't do that. I don't think it's needed. I don't think it's needed. All my goal is to be the best. My goal is to be the best service. Whether it's me being the mobile notary or whether it's my company as their signing service, all I care about is being the best. And when I say being the best, I'm not doing this in a cocky way. I'm just saying, what is it that you're looking for, Mr. and Mrs. Client? Because I'm going to provide that to you. You have no idea what's happening in the process. I'm going to communicate with you. There's mistakes that there's always a certain document that's always notaries always forget to stamp this or they forget to fill this out. Guess what? I'll make sure that I give notes to the notary. Make sure this is filled out properly, and I'll review scans before I tell them to drop it off. This is the type of service I'm talking about, okay? When I say I'm trying to be the best, I'm not saying that in a cocky way. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, in my opinion, as long as you are really striving to be the best because you believe that your clients deserve the best. That's how I believe. I believe my clients deserve the best. I want to be the best, not for my personal gain. I'm trying to be the best for my clients because they deserve the best. That's how I feel. I honestly feel that way. My clients deserve the best. I'm going to give them the best service they've ever had. That's my goal every time. And that should be your goal. I hope that's your goal. That's how you'll win in this business. That's how you'll win in business, period. All right? This is how I did the transition from me being your mobile notary to now me being your signing service. I hope this helps you. I hope you're trying to be the best peak signing agent you can be for your clients because they deserve it. I hope you're being the best business owner for your family because guess what? They deserve it. I hope you're providing the best for your life because you deserve it. I believe in you. See you at the next episode. Bye.